Okay, so let's talk Devil May Cry. My first exposure into the franchise was Devil May Cry 5, which was an absolute banger of a game, soundtrack, everything beautiful. But recently, Netflix brought out a Devil May Cry anime, which left an infinite void in me because I want more. And this time, playing Devil May Cry 5 won't be enough. So I set out to play all Devil May Cry games. Yes, even this garbage. And I will give my honest review on each game. So today, you can probably tell by the thumbnail and title of the video, we're starting on Devil May Cry 1, which is the oldest of them all, as it came out on the PS2 way back in 2001. If you have no idea on what Devil May Cry is, well, it's an action-adventure game created by Capcom about a half-blood demon named Dante, who is killing other demons, with those demons wanting to kill him and everything else. There's more lore and backstory, but I'll touch base on that throughout the video. But it's time to... Okay, so the game starts with a sexy Matrix wannabe lady named Trish, spawning in midair. And it's the most she just spawned like she was playing Minecraft. Then, I don't know how or where, but she gets a fancy motorbike and drives straight through Dante's wall. Which now leads to the two of them giving a little bit of backstory to Dante. Like he's the son of Sparta, trying to hunt down the demon that killed his family, blah blah blah. Which leads him to say the most casual jackpot I've ever heard him say. Like, listen to this.
The jackpot sooner or later.
Which now leads into the most cinematic fight scene I've ever seen in any video game. I'm witnessing peak right now. Damn! Like, somehow he shoots a motorbike away from himself using gun bullets. Yeah, gun bullets. Or in this case, magical bullets, because no way in hell this would work. Also, I tell myself as I'm playing a video game where physics are non-existent. After a little bit of aura farming, like ripping a sword out of his chest while just being an absolute badass, Trish tells Dante that she's not the enemy and wants help to take down the underworld.
But I'm not your enemy. My name is Trish.
Marigold?
I came here to seek your help. To put an end to the underworld.
Which now takes both of them to Lady Dimitrescu's castle. And this, my fellow gamers, is where I begin to want to tear out every strain of pubic hair. Because you think being a PS2 game, it will be easy? Nah. Think again. Okay, so the enemies in this game are decent, I suppose. I mean, they're just demonic puppets, with some of them having scissors to cut off my foreskin because of how hard they are to kill. But what I find weird is that, since they're puppets, you can see the wires that they're connected to. So why doesn't Dante just cut the cord and just run away? We end up finding a sword called Alistair, which, you'll see in this next clip. My sword now, bitch! Doesn't work like that, but okay. He just made a bigger hole than what it already was. That's not the sword of Sparta, is it? Is it? That's right. Dante becomes He-Man. Then, well, you guessed it, he had to do a little bit of aura farming. Since the 80s. The first boss fight of this game is my good old nemesis, spiders. Which, shit you not, made me want to throw out my PC. But after killing this boss, I Devil May Cry. I did a Devil May Cry thing. It comes back again and again and again, and he doesn't want to die. Ah! Fuck! We eventually run into the Black Panther, which, well, how do I put this? It makes me want to put a toothpick underneath my toenail and kick a brick wall. Oh, fucking, I hate this! After this stressful fight, you make your way to the next boss fight, called Nilo Angelo. Who the hell? Which is another boss fight where he keeps coming back. But to be fair though, the first encounter is pretty badass. Look at this motherfucker farming. Bam, bam, bam. Pull my little trigger. And guess what happens when you finally defeat him? Really? No. When you make your way deep down into Diddy's dungeon, you have to fight a new type of enemy. Bugs. Oh, I'm getting fucking sucked off! To be honest though, I did feel badass whilst doing this. Shoot everything! And like I said earlier, at the end of the dungeon, the spider comes back. Why did this motherfucker just leave me alone? Plus, when you eventually do properly kill the spider, just check this out. Damn, look at the size of those fucking melons. I'll let her crush me in between her thighs. When you leave the castle, another type of enemy shows up, and I have no idea what they're even meant to be. They kind of look like if a dragon had babies with a gecko. Make your way a bit further up the road, then you get a new weapon, fire weapons, named Ifrit, where you become the Human Torch. Or Fire Spirit. Oh, hell yeah! Human Torch this shit! Honestly, they're probably my favorite weapon due to being able to do martial art combat skills. But, again, a new boss comes around that just won't leave you alone. Air Razor! I'm leaving. Then you know how I said this guy comes back? Well, here you have it. But no problem, I just fisted him until we had enough. Hell yeah! Kill the demon already! So you make your way onto the Flying Dutchman and have to kill Air Razor. Well, now at least. Because, you know, nothing dies in this game. Easy boss fight. But you eventually do kill Air Razor, and Mundus really said F you and finished Air Razor off for us. Killed Air Razor a second time. She's died 3 times now. In Transformers and twice in this game. The master quite literally just said, fuck you, and killed you. Devil spawn, motherfucker. So we're back in the castle, and we encounter yet again another new enemy, and this time, it's Blue Mike Wazowski. Yo, that's the dude from the fucking anime! Then, we now have to fight probably the most annoying boss in the game. This slug monster. This motherfucker just doesn't want to die. It took me an hour just to do this dude. Because he can quite literally eat you and trap you in a domain expansion where you have to fight a previous boss to escape. But here's a little tidbit. Aim for its butt plug since that's its weak spot. Then you guessed it. Nilo Angelo comes back yet again. But this time with a twist. It's actually Virgil. And if you don't know who Virgil is, he's actually Dante's twin brother. And it's also the last time you have to fight him. So that's a plus. You also find out Trish is working for Mundus, and you also become He-Man yet again, and Dante does a little bit more aura farming. This isn't even new at this point. This enemy, let's just call them the Fisters, since all they want to do is fist you, but guess what? They can get bigger and grow even bigger fists, so they can resize your rectum. Holy shit! Oh, he's got a giant fist growing out of his back now. We end up going back to the room where we fought the first sludge monster, and magically dropped down into the underworld. make your way a bit further, and Trish is laying down there, all defenseless and breathable. Fuck, I'm brick. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Another sludge monster shows up, and when you get close to killing it, Trish reveals her true intentions.
Trish, stay back!
Betrayal.
You fool! You're so easy.
No, I'm not. I haven't even
Trish,
gooned you yet. But it's Dante. He killed the sludge goon, then began to riz up Trish, along with some of the best quotes of this game. Oh my god, Dante the Rizzler.
Hey, why did you save my life?
You look like my mother.
Because you look like my mother.
There's no way I
Look out
foresaw
of
the
my sight.
future.
Don't come any closer, you devil! You may look like my mother, but you're nowhere close to her. You have no soul. You have the face, but you'll never have her fire! Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Best voice acting in the game. Sorry, did I not mention cringe? Okay, so we are in the endgame now. So after Mundus, Trish sacrificed herself for Dante. And the first phase of this fight begins with Mundus transforming, and so does Dante, into his. This fight kind of reminds me of playing some kind of retro space shooting game. And, well, the second phase is all about dodging and attacking as much as possible. Kind of like dodging the belt as your mother tries to beat you for not doing the dishes. Damn, wait, sorry, that got kind of dark. Anyhow, Dante makes his way back to Trish for his final goodbye.
I should have saved you.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Wait, Dark Soul?
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog.
Was trying to escape Demetrius Castle, just like every boss in this game. You gotta do it multiple times. So here's the final fight with Mundus. And right when things weren't looking good for Dante, Trish, just like Emperor Palpatine, somehow Trish returns. No, it's Trish. Hell yeah!
Dante, use my power!
Then they do some sort of energy transference, like a spirit bomb, and then Dante gets to say his most iconic line in the most badass way. Jackpot! Epic finish. Epic finish. Then Trish and Dante have a touching reunion. And so conveniently, as the room is caving in, there was a working plane, and now we have to fly it through the underground caves to escape.
Let's rock!
Definitely
We'll be right there.
The game ends with Dante and Trish teaming up to kill more demons. Well, that was Devil May Cry 1, and gotta say, I'd give this game a solid 6.7 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the greatest. You know what? Hell, I bump it to a 7. Only reason why I bump it to a 7 is because it did kind of age. It aged okay. It all comes down to gameplay. The gameplay was decent. The story was eh. But for the first game in the franchise, it was solid. So I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10.